Good afternoon, distinguished, and thank you for joining us online today to commemorate the listing of UPDC Property Development Company PLC rights issue. This is the third in the series since we launched our digital closing down ceremony. At the exchange, we continue to build a dynamic and inclusive market and create channels for sustainable investment by providing issuers with a platform that allows them to raise capital even in the toughest times. In recent times, we have listed Flour Mill's 12.5 billion naira 3-year bond and its 7.5 billion naira 5-year bond. We've also listed the Primero BRT Securitization SPV PLC bond worth about 15.5 billion naira and several government bonds worth over 160 billion naira. And more recently, we listed the FBN First Merchant Bank funding SPV PLC's 5 billion naira bond. Today, we are glad that the board and management of UACN Property Development Company, PLC, has returned again to our platform and completed their rights issue. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to welcome Mr. Olashope Aeshimoju, the GMD, CEO, UACN Property Development Company, for today's closing down ceremony to commemorate their successful rights issue of 15.961 billion ordinary shares of 50 kobo each at 1 naira per share. Fola, thank you for joining me this afternoon.
Thank you very much, Oscar.
Let me, on behalf of the National Council and the executive management of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, congratulate the entire management and team of UACN Property Development Company, as well as the professional parties to this issue for successful completion of the transaction. I'm going to read out the transaction details for our guests that are joining us. The issuer is UACN Property Development Company, PLC. The issuing house, Stanbic IBTC Capital Limited. The authorized shares of the issuer, 9.3 billion naira divided into 18.6 billion ordinary shares of 50 kobo each. The issued and fully paid share capital of 1.299 billion naira, comprising 2.598 billion ordinary shares of 50 kobo each, are now being issued 15.961 billion ordinary shares of 50 kobo each at 1 naira per share, which translates into an issue price of 1 naira and a total gross proceeds of 15.961574145 billion naira. The purpose for the rights issue is to enable UPDC to pay down its short-term debt obligations, thereby reducing financing costs. The method of issue, as mentioned already, is a rights issue, and the allotment basis is 43 new ordinary shares for every 7 ordinary shares held. The NSC prioritizes its responsibilities to issuers and is dedicated to serving their peculiar needs. Through our collaboration with various strategic partners and value-added service providers, we offer cost-effective services designed to create a competitive edge for listed companies within their respective industries. Some of the value-added services that we provide include pre-listing diagnostics, institutional services, investor relations, analyst coverage, corporate access, and corporate governance, to mention a few. The exchange also provides tailored training for listed companies through its listing and development platform, the N16 Academy. We're committed to being a strong voice for our community of issuers on key policy and regulatory matters by working with top government officials on policy formulation as we champion policies that are market friendly and that are supportive of listed companies. We're very happy to have worked with the government on the finance bill that we're currently operating. And we're looking forward to further collaboration with the government because it has proven to be beneficial to both the government and the private sector. Our operational and structural infrastructure have also helped us achieve all-round increased efficiency and competitiveness in terms of pricing structure, turnaround times, improved customer experience, and time to market generally. We believe that it is our responsibility to strategically position ourselves to support the development of our issuers, dealing members, and other stakeholders. And that is why we continue to work assiduously to make sure that we're very responsive to the needs of all of our stakeholders. The exchange also plays a critical role in fostering good corporate governance and transparency by encouraging our listed companies to adopt corporate sustainability and ESG disclosures. In promoting ESG disclosures in our market, the NSE has issued sustainability disclosure guidelines, and we've held multiple seminars to sensitize the entire industry and ecosystem on the imperatives of ESG. And we continue to work to see how we can continue to enhance the ESG credentials of the Nigerian capital markets and to support that by rolling out new products that are tradable and that would allow investors to support companies that are actually living up to their ESG imperatives. Finally, I would like to state that the exchange has reacted very well to the current challenge that we're facing with regards to COVID-19. We've done that looking at it from a health perspective and an economic perspective. Today, I just want to highlight the efforts the exchange is making from a CSR perspective. As I previously announced, we've committed 100 million naira towards the fight against COVID-19. 60 million naira of that to go to the Capital Market Support Committee against COVID-19, which is an SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission of Nigeria, led initiative to raise 1 billion naira from the capital market stakeholders to fight against COVID-19. 40 million naira of our donation is going to be going towards the NSE Mask for All Nigerians campaign, which is an effort to sensitize other corporates and HNIs to donate masks, where our target is 400 million masks, to Nigerians, especially the most vulnerable. And we would be driving a campaign to also sensitize people as to the need for using masks and how to properly use masks. And we're kicking it off with 100,000 mask donation that will be circulated across the country to support the fight against COVID-19. And these masks are going to be NAFDAC and SOM, Standards Organization of Nigeria, compliant. I invite UACN Property Development Company to continue to work with us as we do a number of these initiatives. I want to assure you that we continue to remain your trusted partner as you drive programs that would help in your development and the growth of the business. May I now formally invite Fola to make a few remarks.
Thank you so much, Oscar, and good afternoon, everyone. I trust you and your loved ones are well and safe in these difficult times. I'm deeply honored today to virtually ring the bell, bringing trading on the Nigerian Stock Exchange to a close. And I commend the innovation and forward thinking of the exchange leadership in harnessing technology to make this possible. We at UPDC are particularly excited about the milestone we mark today, which is the successful conclusion of a 16 billion naira rights issue, details of which have already been discussed. Proceeds from the rights issue were used to strengthen our company's capital structure and position us for growth. In the pre-COVID-19 world, I would have been physically at the exchange along with my colleagues and our advisors, and I would like to thank each and every one of them for the hard work and dedication that went into making today a reality. UPDC, as many of you know, is a foremost real estate development and facilities management business, delivering integrated offerings to our customers. We provide attractive real estate as well as first-class property and facilities management services. We operate in a segment of the economy, real estate, which has incredible potential for scale. However, effectively harnessing this opportunity requires access to appropriately structured and priced funding. We are fortunate to be listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, which provides us access to a broad investor universe with deep and diverse pools of capital, which we can access in growing our business. We particularly commend the efforts of the exchange in building investor confidence, which makes it easier for companies like ourselves to access public markets. Our success today is in no small measure on account of these ongoing efforts. The successful completion of the rights issue is the culmination of almost 2 years of hard work at UPDC. We initially set out to strengthen the company's governance, bolster its management team, refine our strategy, and only then did we approach the market for capital. We are thankful for the confidence investors have shown in us in making the rights issue a success. My colleagues and I are very keen to get on with the business of executing projects with attractive risk-adjusted returns to deliver value to our stakeholders. We aim to commence work on a new development as early as next quarter, and we trust we can count on your continued support, both as investors in the company and equally as importantly, or perhaps more importantly, as customers of our business. I invite you to visit our Instagram handle at UPDC PLC and to share feedback with us at careline@updcplc.com. You may just get details of our existing asset portfolio, and for those who are very lucky, early bird discounts on our new developments. I would like to close by thanking the NSE once again for providing guidance and leadership to listed corporates in these unsettling times. The NSE engaged with us very early in the COVID-19 crisis to understand our needs and has been very supportive of UACN Property Development Company PLC and other listed corporates. I join the rest of you in hoping and praying that the COVID-19 pandemic is soon a thing of the past. Wish you a wonderful rest of the day and commit to Oscar that we will do our part in supporting the NSE's initiatives to alleviate the suffering of some of Nigeria's most vulnerable constituencies. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that wonderful remarks. Thank you. We have just about 1 minute for the gong to be rung. So we will just wait for a little while. Okay, I think we're now at 2:30. May I invite you to close the market formally? Thank you very much, Fola. I hope this felt like being like the real thing, being on the trading floor.
Very close, but looking forward to the real thing.
Yes, I certainly got the energy. And ladies and gentlemen that have joined us today, I'm sure you would have heard the same sound if you were on the trading floor. Fola, thank you very much for joining us today. Dear guests, thank you for joining us. It's been our pleasure to all witness this listing of the rights issue of UACN Property Development Company. This brings us to the close of the proceedings. Thank you very much, Fola, and thank you, everybody.
Thank you.